chat and talk about music and things. Hi,
The time I killed the cat. Just ignore him. He's not here right now. It's marqueed over there. Just ignore him.
So rudely interrupted. Oh, you're from Bristol, I understand.
I am from Bristol, yes.
If I can mention your incredible voice, it came out of an illness, I understand.
Yeah, so when I was younger, I got very, very sick. I ended up in a coma for 17 days. It was a pretty... I mean, I don't remember any of it, but it was a pretty mad time for my family. And then I came out of the coma and I'd had a tube down my throat. And then when they took that out, they didn't know that anything was different at this point. But I couldn't walk, I couldn't talk, I had to relearn everything. And then when I started talking again, gone was my normal 3-year-old's voice, and in it was someone who sounded like they smoked 60 a day. Exactly. And so they took me to a specialist and said, if there's nothing wrong with her, but if she's ever a singer, she'd be great at singing the blues.
He wasn't wrong, was he?
So yeah, it's been a mad journey and good out of the bad.
Absolutely, yeah, that's fantastic. But you work really hard. You're a really hard-working lady, I've read. Touring all over Europe.
Yeah.
Best part of maybe 150 gigs in a year.
Yeah, it's been mad. It's definitely been 100 a year. I promised my husband that 2019 would be different. It's different because I have done more. I don't think he expected that. So maybe 2020 will be different. Who knows?
I've been to Nashville.
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
With the blues, that must have been rough.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing. I've worked with some incredible people.
I recorded both your albums there as well.
Yeah, so I part recorded them here and part recorded them there.
You recorded a number of old school Nashville legends. You gonna do some name dropping?
Time to name drop. Well, at first, Brad Knoll, who produced Wildfire, he introduced me to Bobby Woods. Bobby is part of the Memphis Boys, Dusty in Memphis, Elvis in Memphis, the Highwaymen. He did Neil Diamond's Sweet Caroline, and he wrote the ba ba ba. So there you go. So Bobby's a bit of a legend, and yeah.
You've been going about 3 years now.
I'd like to say it's 2.5. It's more like 6.
Really? You've been going 6 years?
Yeah, but I started to. I guess I really started to make a name for myself 3 years ago, and
got a bit of a CV on you in that short time, haven't you?
yeah, it's been mad. Yeah, going to Nashville definitely opened some doors.
How was today on the stage? I know you couldn't make it last year, and you went up there and you said thanks guys for coming to see me today because I couldn't be here last year. You look so happy up there.
Yeah, I mean, I've always wanted to play this festival, and I was absolutely gutted last year. I was offered a slot, and it just clashed with a gig I already had in Belgium. I did everything I could to try and make both work, and in the end we ended up driving past Ramblin Man, and I waved at everybody, and it was heartbreaking. So to be there today to such an amazing receptive audience was, yeah, they
you came out, you waved at them, you blew them kisses. I could see you were loving it, you know?
But you know what, like, I have such amazing fans, and I've made it like, I like to get to know my fans. Like, I'm only here because of them, and I recognise
because of you as well. I love your personality.
But I saw so many friends, like, or just like, you know, fan friends, you know, in the audience, and I just felt.
You've got people and blowing kisses. You don't see that at gigs. You see miserable faces, or they're so serious on the stage. You just love it, you know.
I love it. I was made for the stage.
That's fantastic. You've also written with Dan from Black Keys.
So, well, that's to do with Brad and Bobby again. Bobby took me under his wing. He introduced me to Dan Auerbach, and we wrote my current single, Little Piece of Heaven.
Right, and you've got a new album on the way too.
Well, I say that. I've written the next record, yeah, and I'm going to start recording it in the next few months. So, but I mean, expect some bonus material from Road I Call Home before the new record.
I mean, you play crossovers of Louisiana music, Cajun, American blues, even some rock there. You're really versatile. Did you do you find it difficult? You know, because it must be hard for the people to pigeonhole. They love pigeonholing bands and pigeonholing people, but they're saying, "What the hell does she play?" You know, did you set out to do that, or did it just?
I just set out to write good old honest music, and I was a little bit worried when Wildfire. You know, I sent Wildfire off to the critics, and that's always a little bit scary. And I thought, well, one, people don't really know who I am. I've only released a couple of EPs. And here I am doing this sort of debut record done in Nashville with all of these legends, and it's kind of all over the place, but that's just me. It's very honest, and everybody loved it. You know, Powerplay loved it. I remember reading the Powerplay review and thinking, but I'm not rock or metal or anything like that.
You're different, you're crossovers.
Yeah, and then, you know, the blues and the country and the Americana, and they all championed it, and like, that was such an incredible feeling, and I just felt very welcomed by all of them, and no one shut their doors to me. I don't pigeonhole myself. I like to think I'm maybe, yeah, I think people do. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I will. People, this next record will be different again. So,
$64,000 question. Where do you see yourself going in the future?
Well, do you know what? I think Beth Hart is an amazing role model. I think people like Beth Hart, Imelda May, Bonnie Raitt, if I can have a career like that.
Chantel's doing really well.
She's, and what an amazing set as well.
She's amazing lady.
Yeah.
Well, she really is.
So, I just want to promote. I think it's really important to promote females in any industry, especially in music. And if I can be a role model for people, that's the dream.
Right. Well, that's it. Thank you so much for this interview. On a pleasure.
Oh, thank you.
Dave from Elles Bailey signing out. Elles. It is Elles, I hope.
It is Elles. No, it is Elles, everybody.
Take care, everyone. See you soon. Thank you.